Now let's talk about our featured event. It is a men's pro modified, and in today's race, they're talking not a lot of boat power. It's going to be rider skill.
Yeah, I've talked to a number of the riders, and Jeff Jacobs, among others, several others as well, have elected to go not with their #1 machines. They're using their backup machines. They tell me that a lot of horsepower out there actually gets you into trouble more than it does help. So it's going to be a very evenly matched race, probably one of the best ones we've seen yet.
Unpredictable racing in this featured main event. 16 of the best riders are on the line right now.
It is going to be interesting. Jeff Jacobs on his backup ski. Victor Sheldon, however, has gone ahead and gone with his race boat. He's going to go with all the horsepower he's got. But horsepower is not going to be a key. It's going to be the one that can keep the pump in the water. A lot of throttle control. That's the one that's going to get to the first turn first.
Earlier in the show, we saw Chris Deschetti. He gave us the current weather conditions. And earlier today, we spoke with Victor Sheldon. A second-place finish, Jeff Jacobs in the 440 Superstock. He talked about water.
Well, the water conditions here are really weird. They're the real flat bottom here causes the water to be, you know, really inconsistent like a wash machine. So you got to get off the line really good and get away from the rest of the pack, because if you get tangled up with some of the rest of the riders, it's not good. So you just want to get off the line and away from the rest of the pack and away from everyone and get to the first turn first.
Last year on the 1990 National Tour, Victor Sheldon won 1 event out of 8. Jeff Jacobs won 3. Jeff Jacobs, boat #1, the one to beat, but Victor Sheldon with the whole shot.
You see Victor there swerving over to the right a little bit. Looks like he's reading the waves a little better. Jeff in the air, Victor hooked up out in front with a whole shot.
A big surprise, Victor Sheldon, originally from Alaska, a former motocrosser, has adapted well to the jet ski. Look at his style, though, leg drag style, just about hooks it, still maintains a good lead. In fact, he's pulling away now in front of Jeff Jacobs. A big surprise here in Galveston.
That is the strategy right now, is to try and get as much of a cushion as you can. Here we're going to take a look at the start again. Let's see exactly what happens. Jeff off Victor, a good jump. You know, the difference there is Victor stood up a lot quicker than Jeff. Jeff was down on the tray a little longer. Victor actually up above like that. He can read the waves a little better, can plan, predict, pre-jump a few waves. Jeff in the air, and you see Victor hook up a lot better.
Victor to the outside, carried that speed around the first turn. Victor Sheldon with the lead. A big surprise here, and the crowd on the beach is loving it right now. Great racing action here. Round #4, the Budweiser Jet Ski Tour. Boat #1 is a 4-time world champion and the defending national champion, Jeff Jacobs. Right now, he has his sights set on Victor Sheldon. Submarines a little bit there.
Yeah, you're going to see a lot of bobbles here and there with the conditions the way they are. Victor Sheldon, a lot of air there. He's going for it. You know, normally Victor would maybe ride a little more conservative, try and stretch out a lead, but not really expend too much energy. But he knows Jeff's on his tail. They're going to be coming into the lap riders soon with the waves. It's going to be so unpredictable. He's just trying to make as much ground as he can on Jeff.
Victor Sheldon with some big air, moving up quickly. Jeff Jacobs in 3rd place. Chris Deschetti with an altered style.
Yeah, Chris not riding the aggressive style that we're so used to seeing with him. He's got that broken arm. If he falls off, he doesn't have the strength with one arm to pull himself back up into the tray. So he's just trying to hang in there.
Take a look. Boat #3 is Victor Sheldon with that left leg drag going around the left turns. Here comes some slower riders in front of our 2 leaders, and Jeff Jacobs is hounding Victor Sheldon.
He's on him. You know, Jeff took an inside line. I'm not sure if that's a good idea with the conditions the way they are. The key is to maintain your momentum. Go a little wider in the turns. Don't slow down quite so much. If you lose your momentum, the ski just wants to go up in the air rather than forward.
Unbelievable conditions here. Very unpredictable, the small chop here. Jeff Jacobs trying to hook up and maintain the power in the water. Here is Victor Sheldon. Sheldon now again, another little leg drag back into the tray. Couple of small mistakes. And Jeff Jacobs is right on him. Victor goes down. Jeff goes down. Back up into the tray they go.
This is great racing. A lap rider in front of him in this turn. He pulls out of the way. Victor with that leg drag. I'm not sure if the leg drag is a good idea with the conditions as rough as they are. The idea behind that is that it acts like a training wheel, if you will, a little rudder. And the problem, oh, here we go. Jeff with the pass on the outside.
And Victor goes down. Victor down and out. It's going to have to get restarted. Maintains his 2nd place finish, but you notice the start of this race, Victor Sheldon went wide and made up some good time. Well, taking over the lead on that pass, Jeff Jacobs went wide.
Yeah, exactly what I was talking about. Jeff maintains his momentum. Victor sticks that leg out, catches a big pocket of air, and the leg doesn't do him any good, and he goes down.
In third position at this point, an injured Chris Fischetti holding on, trying to score some points. But the big story today, thus far in the Pro Modified, has been Victor Sheldon. A good opening couple of laps. He's been overtaken by Jeff Jacobs. Can Sheldon come back to take the win? Jeff Jacobs is encountering some rough water. Welcome back to the Budweiser Texas Nationals, Texas Nationals, Galveston, Texas. R.A. Apple Park. Your leader is Jeff Jacobs. He is out in front. He had to overtake this man, boat number 3, Victor Sheldon, who had a fabulous start, but went down in a turn and relinquished it to Jeff Jacobs. He is in second, trying to regain some ground as he makes his way through slower riders. On the far side of the course is boat number 2. That is Chris Fischetti. He is currently in third position. He has had a very rough season, and earlier we talked to Chris about his injuries.
My arm's really holding me back. I haven't been able to train. I haven't been able to ride that much. All I've been doing is racing. The rough water's really pounding it, but I'm going to pull the trigger for as long as I can.
In terms of rough conditions like today, are you compensating at all, which obviously would hurt your style?
Yeah, my arm really makes me compensate so that I don't put any pressure on it. It really batters the rest of my body and wears me down a lot faster.
Chris Fischetti with a great opening to the 91 season, winning the surf titles in Australia and the Japanese World Cup. A car accident and a preseason boat accident, and he's trying to come back.
Yeah, Chris is going to be frustrated. He had his sights set on the World Championship, and quite frankly, I feel he would have been a serious threat to Jeff Jacobs. New sponsor this year, Mariner. Chris's father has built his engines, a lot of horsepower, but they've had to go with backup skis all year. In fact, a detuned engine in their backup skis.
Our leader, boat number 1, Jeff Jacobs, pulling out away from boat number 3, Victor Sheldon. Let's take a look at how rough the water is. Just look at what they have to contend with besides the slower riders. And the course itself, it is so unpredictable.
Just appears to be no rhythm to the waves whatsoever. The riders are having to pick and choose lines, switch back and forth, looking for a break here and there. There you see a rider go down hard.
In the shallow water, he gets taken out by a little bit of the short break. And onto the far side of the course, stretching out his lead, is our defending national champion, Jeff Jacobs. There's boat number 5. That is Harry Gocher. Jeff Jacobs is going on to lap 4th place at this point in the race. Amazing. And he's got 3 or 4 riders in front of him, and look how he's taking over.
You know what I'm impressed with is Jeff's endurance. You see at this point in the race, the other riders are really struggling out there. They're just trying to survive, more or less. Jeff is on the gas. He hasn't slowed down. He's continuing to stretch out his lead.
Jeff Jacobs has lapped everyone except Chris Fischetti in third and Victor Sheldon in second. The crowd watches as Jeff Jacobs, not with a good start or first couple of laps, just holding on, now making it look way too easy.
That's something about Jeff's style. He's so effortless and so smooth, and he just looks like he's not even trying out there. And in conditions like this, it is so difficult. You see Victor there going down, struggling with some lap riders. Jeff come around to get the white flag. He's got a nice, comfortable lead.
Victor Sheldon with a great effort in San Diego. A second-place finish there is going to equal that today. It looks like he's going to come in second to this man, Jeff Jacobs. Boat number 1, the 85 novice world champion. Then went on to win the expert title, then 4 world championships. And he is on his way to a 4th consecutive win here. Outstanding.
Chris Fischetti holding on to that 3rd spot, looking very fatigued right now. You know, though, I'm really impressed. To be able to finish 3rd with those kinds of injuries, I would be very surprised for somebody to be able to even finish a race, much less finish 3rd.
Bionic Man. Chris Fischetti finishes in 3rd, it looks like. Finishing in 1st, the Bionic Endurance Man. Very consistent. Jeff Jacobs now, his 4th Pro Modified victory of the year. In fact, that's his 21st career victory in the professional ranks in the closed course Pro Modified class. Jeff Jacobs now, boat number 1. Let's take a look back earlier in the race, how he took over the lead.
Jeff comes into the turn carrying a lot more speed. He's got a better line. He's on the outside. Victor, there it is. He goes down hard. He had his leg out, using that as a stabilizer, but he caught a lot of air, so he just had nothing to hold him up.
And here are the final results of the Pro Modified class. Jeff Jacobs picking up another 20 points, followed by Victor Sheldon and Chris Fischetti.